And welcome back to the ESL ESEA Pro League. We are getting ourselves ready for the, well, the next trial for HellRaisers, let's say. They've had quite the test today. Come out on top in one, fell rather short in the other, and now they've got NaVi.
Yeah, and it's NaVi on train as well.
Actually, I should say that.
Hi,
it's not Mitch anymore.
I'm not Aussie. We've just caged him briefly.
Yeah.
We'll let him out probably towards the end of the show. Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see. Of course, we've shackled him basically. It's what you got to do when there's Aussies loose in the studio. But yes, NaVi on train as well. Not a bad record for them overall. 12-11 wins. HellRaisers actually have a better record, 14-12. But, I mean, it is NaVi again. And as you say, this is HellRaisers, a very different HellRaisers, sadly. Quite a lot of changes. But Oscar, it has been a bit of a shining light for them since he's come in there.
And especially with the AWP, we saw him really showing some big plays. Even in that last game, even though they lost it, he did start finding some form with the AWP. So if maybe they can get that into his hands, you could see something there. Yeah,
and hopefully. We'll see how it works out for them because last game wasn't great.
No.
Schneider is playing for them, which is...
So. It's hard to judge him.
We don't know how to make of this right now because he's left Dignitas, but now he's playing with HellRaisers. I don't know what's going on right now.
Weird lineup choice. But to be fair, though, him as an individual, this is what I was saying to Mitch, it's him as an individual, he's not been playing bad, but I don't know how he really fits into a team dynamic. You know what I mean? There's
a team of Ukrainians.
Yeah.
It's not really...
And he was saying before that the language barrier was an issue for him. It's like, are you good right now? Like, does this help?
Yeah, was a problem with Danish, so he goes to Ukrainians.
Yeah. Don't know.
No.
Don't know.
We're still waiting for them to ready themselves up. You can see they're having a bit of fun right now, just bouncing around. Knife round and beginning underway in a moment. If you have just joined us, NaVi are actually in a very good position league-wise. I think it's around about 11-6. I think they're 11-5, 11-6. I'm going to double check.
It wouldn't be far from that because they did kind of work their way up towards that top 3. I think they're around the top 4 currently.
11-5.
Oh,
very
so
good position. Very good position. So they're third place at the moment, just behind TSM and Fnatic. TSM, of course, with their win yesterday. Very impressive win over Virtus Pro and TSM and NaVi, sorry. Very good wins overall for them. So solid stuff. NaVi going to be playing later on. They're only 7-6. They're the other team that we had to shoot in to try and get that third place. But NaVi are looking good.
Yeah, and the thing with NaVi is they've got 16 games played, yet they're ahead of the other teams with around the same marker. You know, excluding your Fanatics, they're a good chunk of points ahead of the rest. So that's a really good sign for them. But then again, you know, we've got to see how they play. They've got to pick up games like this. This on paper should be a fairly, I hate saying easy game, but it should be on paper for them. But then again, HellRaisers against Titan should have gone that way, but then Titan had a stand-in. It's very hard to judge these teams currently. But still, the last time I looked at NaVi, it was against TSM, really, and that was the one that really stood out to me, was their play on train, and it was their T-side that was the most impressive. I'm not sure if they could find that now. You can still see Lamed is in the roster, so he normally slips into the coach role when required. But yeah, I'm not sure if they can find that sort of form here, because I just don't know if that's really there for them. But if they're showing that they have some dominance on the T-side, that's a great sign, especially for this map.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, HellRaisers weren't too bad the other day. I'm trying to think what game it was they played. I can't think. It was 2 or 3 days ago now. But that was when Oscar shined for me. Styko actually did pretty well, who I can see at the moment with the AWP, just got picked out of the air by Seized. But they did well. They have been a good team. NaVi, you were talking about, I remember seeing them, I think it must have been that TSM game. Was I casting with you? It probably was the same game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I remember Taz having some pretty impressive matches on here as well. But yeah, Guardian was pretty big in that game. Zeus has actually been kind of underperforming as of late in the last few games I've casted. Maybe it's just the games I've seen, who knows? You never know what these guys are sandbagging when it comes to majors just a week away.
Yeah, it's hard to judge. I think that's the main thing. And NaVi are certainly in a position to do well at the kind of bigger tournaments. But then again, they can't take anything too lightly. They're still in a good position within this league, but you don't want to start losing out games to, you know, the caliber of HellRaisers who are looking for those come-up games like this where they can catch people out. But yeah, the last game for me, and Edward as well, actually, I want to kind of give a little bit of light to him. He's been starting to find a little more form in the last couple of games, just here and there, just these kind of big moments coming through, but still, we are live into the knife, and this is quite an important one.
It is. It's all about the CT side start, and more importantly, how many rounds they can get on that T side. It is generally the tougher one. Good pistol to start with will all set them in good stride, but it looks like it's going to be HellRaisers that come out on top, so expect to see them starting over on the CT. Already made that switch. Here we go. Right, pistol round of the way. Let's see what they pick up here. Will it be the standard NaVi train? They normally go in towards B site. Now, we saw this.
With the molly.
Yes, exactly the same style of play. Now, the problem is, I think it was against DSM. I think it was DSM, but they read them like a book. They knew exactly what NaVi were doing. And that's obviously, like we said, if we know what they're doing, generally the pro teams absolutely know what they're doing. Let's see if they do the same. Looks like it's going to be a change of pace.
Yes, it does. There's no molly to be seen on NaVi.
Okay.
They might go for something similar, but you can see HellRaisers are not necessarily reading directly into this, but they're certainly keeping it in mind with 3 players towards that B side. But Guardian already moving Angel might make this a possibility again, and there's 3 players cleaned up back-to-back. NaVi lose out on Zeus, but that's about it, leaving just Oscar alive.
Guardian getting himself a second. Oscar, as you say, did come around the back, but does get dealt with. And NaVi pick themselves up a fairly clean round overall. Just losing Zeus there, so they're going to be happy with that one. HellRaisers, that puts them on the breadline. They're going to be stuck onto an eco of some variety, maybe even a full eco. No, they are going to go a couple of 5-7s.
Yeah, you can see the CZ for Kucha as well, with the head armor. Deagle coming in.
Standard NaVi.
Yeah.
Second round, get those AKs.
Yeah, NaVi don't mess around. You know, the UMP, I always kind of almost call it a rifle these days. You can still utilize it at a fair, decent bit of range. So even though classed as an SMG, it does have its kind of his upcoming. So let's see what it can bring here, as that's going to be in the hands of Seized. But outside of that, HellRaisers looking towards an A stack, putting a lot of players there, and it reads in well towards a team coming in with rifles. You know they'd probably take these sort of fights, and Guardian and Flamey win out.
Misread that situation. Angel tried to adjust. He went over to B with the scout, and it's A side that they're hitting. Now he's coming out in towards that Z connector, but he's already been spotted, and that scout effectively useless. And wow, Seas manages to pick him off through the smoke as well. Bomb plant not even going to go down. Guardian's got the bomb, but he's heading off into Pop Dog. He wants to look for kills. He finally, I think the team's just like, will he plant that bomb for Christ's sake? Styko's going to be the man that drops into Pop Dog. Zeus is ready and waiting for him.
Yeah, Styko is the only one there. And he's looking for Zeus to come up here, but Zeus just turned at the wrong time, and Styko will punish him. He's gonna find the AK.
Run.
He's running the hell out of there. He knows that as well. He's gonna try and play it calm.
Oh,
Goes that little cheeky spam, but Seized wants to take it out of his hands.
He's got the position. He should be able to track him down here. As long as his footsteps don't get my way. And yeah, he's gonna just dodge to the side. Judge, I don't know where that came from. The Judge don't budge. Going back a few years, Judge Jules. But anyway, nobody outside of England has a clue what I'm on about.
And of a certain generation as well.
All right, all right.
That's even pushing me.
Keep it down, youngster. NaVi versus HellRaisers. Let's focus on that one. 2-0.
Well, let's go back to your topic of Judge
great
Jules.
this day, if you don't mind, on BBC Radio 1.
Hey, I've got a lot of time for Judge Jules, but, you know, that's of yesteryear. But let's go back to today's sort of games and see if they're going to be setting up that early smoke and flash. Going to allow Edward the chance to move out, and Guardian actually going to already pistol whip down Angel. So HellRaisers falling apart. This is the cleanest eco I've seen in a long time.
Schneider's going on a full wrap around here, but Seized is ready and waiting for him. Yeah, we'll cut him down. And now it's Kucha and Styko. Edwards just off to the side. Guardian will get the plant down over on B site. It's going to be Edward, though, that will find himself one. Doesn't get the second. Styko will get himself a singular kill in there, but that's all it's going to be. And it's another 3-0. Not a lot of kills coming in here for HellRaisers in his opening few rounds. Just, what, 4 overall, and they're both on Styko and Oscar, so not the greatest. They can afford to buy themselves right back into this one, though. It is their first rifle round. Let's see what they can do with it. Oscar on the AWP.
Yeah, the glass cannon, and bear in mind, Guardian does have his AWP as well. So this is a bit of a test between the two. I'm curious if they actually go for the head-to-head challenge. I can imagine maybe Oscar not feeling that, but he is actually on the CT side. Going to be holding out towards A main, looking for that push in, but already the rest of NaVi not really fancying that. Seized has the bomb, so not committed really anywhere, but you are seeing that push towards B. Angel on the receiving end.
They're going fast in there. Angel trying to look away, but already been caught out, and Guardian takes down Schneider the second he shows himself through connector. And this is bought time to Flamey. He's creeping in. He's going to find Oscar if he's not careful. Oscar's going to pass on by straight in front of him. And there goes that glass cannon, or Flamey's going to collect that one if they need it. Just Styko and Kucha. Kucha all the way back. Zeus is going to be creeping around on him, but Kucha will find him. Flamey's managed to get the last man. They know that he's stuck in CT spawn. They're just going to collapse on his position. And again, just 1 man lost for NaVi overall. Make it 2. As Kucha does find himself another. Flame is going to challenge, gets himself a 3rd. Nicely done, Kucha. Make him pay. There's more kills than they've got so far, almost in the entire game. Fortunately for him, though, it's NaVi. They're going to take it 4-0.
Yeah, and Guardian going to retain the AWP. Edward going to keep his rifle, and they can certainly rebuy. Look at that money on Seized and Flamey already. A lot of money built up, and on the other side of things, HellRaisers not really in the position to buy here. They can get the deagles, the nades, maybe a CZ if they fancy it, but it's not going to pay out much, as we're seeing NaVi just punish them time and time again. Last time they knew they were up against a bit of a more, a slightly poorer side of HellRaisers, they did go for that play towards A, but we are seeing a slight difference here. Edward splitting over towards B, going to head down pop though, and they're looking for the challenges. Yeah,
they've gone fast out, NaVi style, as you would expect. No respect. You have to force it out of NaVi, and at the moment they are just pushing on towards these deagles. Now, can Oscar try and make them pay for it? No, they can't. Styko and Angel getting picked to pieces. And now Guardian has just as many kills as the entire HellRaisers team. Yeah, and
NaVi looking unflinching in that one. As you said, looking very dominant. Now, this is the big buyout from HellRaisers. This is the one they can actually afford a bit of utility. Oscar actually can get armor with that AWP. He can start to support himself a little more, but still, that hasn't been the issue. They've just never had the chance to actually get these kills. The execution from NaVi has been pretty flawless. And already, let's see what they go for this round. So, Flamey and Cease going to be heading up towards Ivy. Cooch is on the other end there. 4 players from HellRaisers keeping eyes towards A.
Nade bouncing in does catch Flamey, but only a little bit of damage on him. Styko's going to be pushing his position now, and Edward was around the corner, but he's backing away. I don't think Styko's going to go too aggressive on this one. Guardian just covering off over Brown Halls, and Kucha keeping his eye on Ivy. Flamey and C's sat at Ivy, actually got eyes on there. Schneider got himself a little peek, but smokes it up. Doesn't want to risk it.
No, and Styko's looking a little bit, trying to get a bit more an aggressive angle, but...
Is Guardian about to creep around? He is.
Yeah, Guardian very aggressive from top here, looking like he wants to find Schneider, who's the man who he could possibly catch out on top of the train. Seen him back, in between train 1 and 2. Now he's got Zeus with him. And they're looking like they want to get those flashes going. Guardian trying to find the challenge there, but Zeus ready to back him up. Great little duo, as we are seeing the one man who was holding them back, Styko, does at least find Edward. And that bomb is in Flamey's hands, so they can't push it out just yet. And Styko gets another. That's massive.
He's gone for the reload. Now he's going to find Flamey if he comes around this corner, but Flamey ready and waiting with that bomb. Now time is ticking. 25 seconds on that clock. Cease wandering in. Kucha just off to his side. He's going to see Oscar draw his attention towards him. Does find one. Guardian gets the second. All the information they needed. And now it's all on Angel. And as you said, this was a very important rifle round for HellRaisers. If NaVi were to close this one out 6-0, real serious problems already beginning to develop for HellRaisers. This is a CT-sided map, don't forget. Or well, ordinarily, in theory, it should be a CT-sided map. But if your economy is in tatters, which HellRaisers will be, it really makes it tricky to try and hold those sites.
And I want to see HellRaisers make... I know they've not really had the money to do this, but play a little further ahead. I think back to the likes of Forest, always pushing up by train 1, pushing further towards A main. I kind of want to see that, but Angel will at least catch out C. So not the cleanest around for NaVi, but around regardless, and that's the main thing at the moment. As said, their economy is going to be pretty strong after the amount of rounds they've had back-to-back here, just building up and building up and building up, as you can see. Most over 10k now. Edward just below, but not by much. But for HellRaisers, this is a worrying sign. They've not really been able to stop what NaVi's been doing. The only time that they've been challenging is towards the late part of the round, with maybe the retakes, maybe the couple of challenges there. And when Oscar went down on the site, it was just all over and done with. But let's see what they can bring. Again, it's all about when does HellRaisers switch something up? Do they go for a little bit of a faster play? This is what I want to see. Schneider being a little more aggressive. I'm hoping this might pay off here. Oscar's looking to push through the smoke as well. But Schneider already shot down, has removed one of those aggressive parts. But Oscar perfectly waiting.
He only had a pistol. That's all he needed to do. 5-7, ready and waiting, straight to the dome. Picks himself up an AK, but...
This is what I wanted. Look at Styko's position as well. He's pushed up further. This is what I want to see from HellRaisers. Not letting NaVi get so much control, but then if Guardian's pulling that off, what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, though, that Styko did the same thing last round, so they were almost expecting it. And it does catch them. But Oscar managed to rescue that AK, get himself a second kill as well on Guardian. So now the AWP down. That's forced Edward to push on through that molly. I don't think he's going to realize it, but he will find an easy head. And now Oscar, with 3 for the round, seized is all the way down in the back there of 1. And he surely had eyes on Oscar there. Meanwhile, we do see that's going to be Zeus making his way through. Angel finds him, and suddenly HellRaisers looking to close this round out from... really what was effectively a force. They did, of course, have a bunch of rifles. Oscar didn't. He's rescued himself an AWP for this round. It's a great round for Oscar.
Yeah, Cease looking to maybe make it a little bit more costly, but with that bomb so far away, he knows he's out of time here, so just looking to do the damage he can. Kucha is probably going to be the main man to look for, but somehow He didn't even take a piece of damage then. I don't know how C's didn't manage to land a single shot, but still, that is the case, and I like that from HellRaisers. A little more aggressive on all fronts. Schneider pushing up failed, but then the rest paid off. Oscar being one of them there as well.
Oscar's aggression on Ivy, then straight away aggression on towards top of train.
Yep.
Caught them out. So NaVi, of course, can rebuy. We did mention they had like 10,000 plus, the majority of them, barring Edward. So they can afford to get themselves right back into this one. Flame is going to want the man that challenges down, but look how cautious NaVi are already being. They're not going to be pushing on Ivy. They got caught napping, but Guardian is tested and tried out by Oscar. But Zeus is going to come on through and we'll find Angel. A little too aggressive there. Schneider. Is Schneider coming up behind them? Is he going to go through Pop Dog? I feel like he has. Schneider's coming around the back of him. If we could get a look at him, it would be beautiful. And there he is. It's going to be an easy two for him. Kind of whiffed it a little bit there. Should have had both, but Zeus does get a little lucky.
All right, so Zeus probably needs to fall back here. I'm not sure how they want to play this. They've got options, but there's still Kucha holding down by Ivy. C's is looking for that challenge, but do they really want to take on Oscar at the moment? The bomb's still further back by the T-spawn. They've got 50 seconds here. Styko pushed up by A main. HellRaisers are in quite the aggressive positions, but holding. They're holding the angle, so it's going to be hard work. Now Flamey, getting ahead across. He's picked up the bomb.
Styko's position there. He heard Flamey run and pick up the bomb and back away, which has put Styko in a great position, but unfortunately Flamey's going to find him. Again,
Flamey reading Styko like a book. It's time and time again. Yeah, rinse and repeat. They've got to understand that maybe Kucha's still here. Oscar was on B. They can put together the information, but C's finally pushing up from Ivy is going to just close in on HellRaisers. With 20 seconds left, though, NaVi need to find this final kill towards Oscar. He is turreting it out on the bomb, and Zeus makes light work of him there and picks up his third. So NaVi, again, their T side is relentless.
3 kills for Zeus, and just think, Schneider was right up behind him. Could have been a very big difference for that round, no doubt about it. But HellRaisers, unfortunately, back on some sort of a mishmash. Oscar has got himself an orb. The rest of the team are not quite on the same wavelength. There's going to be a scout for Schneider, CZ for both Angel and Kucha, and a Mag 7 for Styko. How is this mishmash of a buy going to work out for them? Styko actually going aggressive. I think Styko's looking to come straight up here. But he's going to eat a grenade, though, if he does.
Angel is right amongst 3 players as well. He's got Guardian right in front of him. Angel's actually going to choose to back away here as Edward toying with Pop. He's not feeling that, though. And once again, it's going to come down to Angel and Oscar. Oscar already predicting this B presence. He's going to head through. He's the player down the end there. You can see possibly challenging out. Guardian's going to set up the flash. Going to look to kind of negate Angel's position, but he's going to be the man to receive it all. Here comes the rest of the T side. Oscar meets one, takes him down, but Angel falls, and that means that B is open.
And I think that's just put a real big question for NaVi. They're thinking, how have they got an orb? How is this possible? It doesn't matter because Guardian pins him on the wall, and that will be bomb planted. Kucha's the man that's trying to creep in while the rest of the team try and get around the back. It's Schneider once again, but Edward gets himself another. It's a triple for him in the round, and 8-1 now for NaVi. Great T-side building here.
And Edward just seeing that buy then, he's like, guys, they can't afford anything.
Yep.
He just looked down the floor, saw the scout, the Mag 7, he's like, 2K max, maybe. And these guys know the game inside out, let's be honest. NaVi are your thinking man's team. If you like a team that's tactically based, that don't buy into the cheesier plays, this is it. And already 8-1 up, showing some real prowess on their T side that not many others can replicate. I've got to say that. And it doesn't necessarily matter about the opponent either. They're able to keep this sort of form against most. But now HellRaisers are near on the cleanest of ecos. Goes to the P250 there with Angel. And it's going to be the bulldozer just kind of coming through, which is NaVi.
Yeah, you see how fast both Guardian and Zeus went down Pop Dog there. No cares were given. They just flew down them stairs. Oh, Seas has actually team killed Guardian. I think he's been too pleased about that. Hopefully somebody rescues that orb from his body. There we go. Just about seized at the end, trying to find it. 9-1 though for NaVi. Bank still pretty huge for everyone on the NaVi team, and HellRaisers just about cobbling together some rifles, but near nothing on the utility-wise. Look at that, just smoke, a couple of flashes. That is it.
And if maybe NaVi are keeping up with this, they're going to know they can't afford the full utility. So if they bait out these smokes, they play a little slower, that we know NaVi like to do. It's going to be a hard round, but Guardian says, screw that, I want to go aggressive. And nice little boost there towards Ivy. Yeah. Let's see if Oscar can pull it off. He gets a tag, nothing more. Guardian waits it out. Now, if any nades came through, they'd be in trouble, but luckily HellRaisers cannot afford a single one.
Shots are rattling through. Look at this. Kucha and Schneider managed to find themselves 2. Flamey and Zeus, who were trying to push on through there. Now they've gone on through, they do manage to deal with it, and it's Edward once again that's leading that charge. Styko just around the corner. We're watching Guardian right now, but it's Edward that's making his way through in towards Courtyard. Styko sat on site. We'll just keep on following him, no worries. Styko is covering off. Edward with 2 already in this round. Can make it 3, and he will. Now Styko continues to track on through. Edward, can he get another? No, because Angel cuts him down. Now it's a 1-on-1.
But Seas doesn't know where Styko is. And Styko's got a great little bit of an intuition there. Certainly going to understand where Seas was playing. Does close down. HellRaisers finally get another one on the board. But that was a long time in the making. And I don't know how they pulled it off at Ivy. It seemed as though they kind of got the kills through being flashed more than anything. It was not necessarily lucky, but it wasn't what I expected. And here you can see Kucha and Schneider getting these kills. It was just like, how did they pull those off? Losing out on Flamey and Zeus so early on and getting nothing back is going to be devastating for them. But with the money built up, they can buy this round and the following if required. So, looking at HellRaisers, they've got to cobble it together once again.
Yeah, it's still far from clean rounds, and that's the problem. He may even pick the round up. Look, Angel and Schneider, they've gone so aggressive at Brown Horse here. Schneider's going to get caught out, though, but they're just running straight into his Mag 7. He gets a double. Does he realize that Angel's there? Angel gets another. Can't quite close it out, though. Doesn't get Guardian down. Styko coming in support, but Edward now going to get pushed on the other side. He gets taken down by Kucha, and HellRaisers have just picked apart NaVi's attack. NaVi?
NaVi. New name, NaVi. But no, I can imagine Schneider is counting his lucky stars, but Guardian not going to go down without a fight, but it should be a pickup for Kucha here. There it is. But yeah, Schneider, even though he was flashed then, I think he picked up 2 in the end, just kind of going at it while he could, and bearing in mind, of course, the Observer mod, or at least the Observer, the spec client, sees a lighter flashed version. You can imagine he was completely white then, so just kind of putting together and hoping that, you know, just left-clicking was going to work. But he's had a very quiet game for him after being quite prolific previously for this side, sitting down very much at the bottom of the scoreboard. But then again, this is Na'Vi, this is Train, this is something that they can play very well on their T side, but let's see what they can do this round.
Na'Vi, are they going to slow it down? No, Guardian's going to get a quick pick early on. But they're not pushing Brown Horse so aggressively because HellRaisers have been taking control of that one. But look at Schneider. Oscar's going to get the peek and finds Flamey's head. And now Schneider up close. Seized is actually looking to push on this one as well. Not sure if he's expecting Schneider to be just around lurking with Oscar playing the AWP role. Na'Vi have their work cut out now as they go down to 2 members. It's going to be Guardian and Edward. They have been the money makers for the team. Both got 14 kills apiece at the top of the board for Na'Vi.
But Angel's holding this. Guardian's going to have to be ready for the shot and just clear it and hope for the best because Angel is waiting so patiently for them to come over.
Can we look at Angel? Like where the action is? There we go.
There we go. He's going to get the shot on one. Doesn't get it. Follows up toward Edward. And now just Guardian live. And he spotted him out.
Yeah, and that nade's going to come around the back of him. They try and step themselves up. And that will be... Guardian gets 1. Can't quite get the second. If he's going to get the no-scope, not going to happen. Angel will take him down. 9-4. HellRaisers rescuing a few little shards of hope here as we start to close out the round. Considering it was, what, 8-1, 8-0? So, yeah, 8-1 overall. So, fantastic stuff. 9-1. Sorry, they pulled it back from.
Okay, this is different, though. Now we got the double AWP for HellRaisers. I want to see this make the impact. Schneider's been quiet. This could be his chance to get a little louder in this. And so far, he's been doing well kind of playing the cheesy roles. You know, pushing Ivy with Mag 7s and pushing up on that B ramp or Brown Halls, whatever you want to call it. I'm hoping we see more from him. So already HellRaisers taking over B quite predominantly. That's going to be Guardian meeting them with a smile. Schneider already falling. They want to make the most of this. Na'Vi quickly looking to flex into action, or at least Zeus was. He's going to get slowed down.
Guardian's been hitting openers regularly for Na'Vi. Just unfortunately, they've not really been following up too heavily on it. Now Styko, very low, does back himself away. Zeus and Angel about to find each other, and Angel had his cursor in the exact right place at the right time. Can't speak. Guardian does reply, though, on towards Angel. Don't look at me like that.
What have you and Graham been doing? I'm just going to say...
Why Graham?
Because he's just about off point as you are right now. His observing is just awful.
I only said about 3 things wrong.
Was it NaVi?
NaVi. I'm sure there's what's the damn word I'm looking for?
Oh God, don't start. You're just trying to
well, in Natus Vincere, it means born to win, doesn't it? What's the it's not Greek, it's Latin. Latin.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a Latin meaning for...
Maybe you're just hoping there is.
For NaVi. Anyone out
I think you're just talking rubbish, but here we go. Oscar is going to be ready and waiting with wide open, loving arms, and he's going to receive C's first and foremostly, but Edward's going to find Steiko, so might open up a possibility towards A, but the time is certainly against NaVi. They have to commit, and Oscar finds his second. He's got to expect the third. 10 seconds left. Oh my god, they think it's an A. They think it's Edward. Edward has sold the most beautiful of fakes here, and now backs away with 11 HP. Bomb is down, and Oscar is going to be left scratching his head.
Runs away, singing trollololol. Gets out of there. Oscar has got himself set up. Edward's going to be the one that peeks up high. I'm not too sure if Oscar's looking. Kucha's coming alongside, so Kucha's going to get the flank, but they're both coming from the same direction. Not ideal as Edward finds one and a second. Edward going huge again. He is pulling NaVi to victory right now. Another great round from him. Him and Guardian really stepping up. 17 kills apiece so far as we move into the final round. And this is going to be a tricky one for HellRaisers. Not a great level of cash. They're trying to spread as much as they can with those FAMASs.
Yep, you're absolutely spot on there. Not a great deal of money to be played with. Oscar can at least kind of get the AWP going, a little bit of armor there for himself, but not much more. But yes, if you're wondering who Graham is, he is the observer today, known as Delayham.
At Messioso.
At Messioso. If there's any delays in a tournament, it is his fault mostly.
Yep.
And Schneider.
Even at Clutch.
And Schneider will be waiting up to see if any of NaVi go there, but Oscar bringing out the sexy CS, going to just bounce in towards Zeus, knock him back, and he might have a good idea. The rest of NaVi are going to make a play from the back of this.
Schneider around the back of them. Once again, he did this before. This time, can he make it count? Gets himself one, steps away, and has to force them to challenge. And now they're in a real tricky situation. Surely Schneider told them where they all are. Kucha hasn't moved, though. He's sticking on A site. Doesn't matter. Gets himself another. Comes around with a USP. Can he close out Seized? Just a couple more bullets left. And no, Seized will get him down. And they managed to clear out the entire site. That's a position that HellRaisers should have won, but NaVi somehow come out on top. Good God.
Do you want to step away for a sec?
I need to just take a breather.
All right, so as we saw,
Fnatic lost.
Schneider, I didn't know the CS team was playing tonight. Schneider tried so hard, he got so far, but in the end it doesn't seem to have mattered as NaVi do get the bomb down, and Kucha left in a 1v2.
Oh, you want to go to BlizzCon?
Maybe.
That's where they're playing.
I don't know, I haven't sold out for that Overwatch money yet, so probably not.
Yet.
Yet. Hey, Blizzard.
It's going to happen soon.
Probably not.
Just a couple of days away, ladies and gentlemen. Edward's going to get taken down by Kucha. No, he's not. Because why challenge Edward when he's playing such a great game? 19 kills for him as we turn around. And it's 11-4 for NaVi. And as we move into the CT side, they could close this one out strong.
Yeah, they really could. But the thing is, this is what I want to point out. When Edward plays well, he is a real pleasure to watch. And this is the thing with NaVi, again, have such a massive skill ceiling that they could reach. Guardian has been, you know, I guess you could argue one of the top AWPers thus far. You know, your JW. That's the thing. He may not be the most flashy AWPer. He may not be the aggressive AWPing we see from your JWs, your Kennys, or anyone along those lines, or even Oscar a little bit today, at least, in this map. But he has got such consistency to his play. But then you look at Flamey, he's that kind of, he can be that real hot player, I hate saying it, but you know, he can be that player who can go off on a real hot streak, pick up so many kills for his side and be really explosive.
Living up to his name.
Yeah, exactly. Then you know, I look at Edward and he's such a classic player, and I used to love watching him. He used to be my favorite player back in the day, you know, being completely a biased caster, but it's always nice to see him playing well. Even if it's here, there, and everywhere, it's like when you see those glimpses of the old Neo. It's these kind of like little throwback moments, like, and it's wonderful to watch. And I'm hoping we see more of that if he finds a little bit of, you know, real happiness within this team and finds some comfort here. But anyway, my fangirlism aside, let's start working on this.
It's the beautiful beard, isn't it? That's what gets you going.
It's quite impressive.
It is an impressive beard. It's quite impressive. But anyway, in towards the game. Here we go. Full set of armor for HellRaisers this time around. Now I'm going to try that Glock train. Where is it going to go? Looks like Ivy's going to be the setup, which is where Zeus is awaiting. Angel's the solo man for HellRaisers. NaVi stack themselves out. Zeus, not too sure what he's about to get coming around this corner. Can he stop them?
Well, we're going to find out very soon. No, I think is the answer.
That nade's going to work, though.
Oh, no. Not so much damage. Zeus trying to get a little cheeky pop flash, just gets overwhelmed in time. Sees turns attention, but it looks like NaVi are being overwhelmed here. HellRaisers, that Glock train has not come off the rails just yet.
Guardian got one round the back. Flamey manages to cut off another, so now it's down to a 3-on-3, and they know the exact position. Oscar around Electric, trying to find angles onto Flamey, but he will get the better of him. And now it's Kucha and Steiko. If NaVi win this pistol round, HellRaisers are going to sorely be looking at this game and thinking it can't be redeemed from here. Kucha. He's the man that's got to try and create a problem here because Styko's only down to 19 health. Kucha's on 26, but Edward has him so perfectly, precisionally placed. And one bullet was all it required.
Sexy CS. Anyway, Styko, last man standing. He's going to have to pull off something close to a miracle. He's, he's down to the last 2 clips as Edward waiting so patiently. Is the knife going to come out? Nope. Just closes it down. And it was like, no, I don't screw around here. I just want to get the kills. So this is the style that NaVi would have wanted. And if you're a HellRaisers fan and you got a little bit of hope after maybe the first game, you're like, oh, it was just a little bit of a blip against Penta. They'll they can get close to NaVi.
No.
No, not right now. All right. The thing is, like, this is the problem when you have a lineup that's not necessarily all together. Mo's not here at the moment. Schneider's still stepping in. It's very hard to kind of get these very well constructive plays. You can't do this just standard executes, and NaVi is so well drilled at this. You just can't end up doing it. But here we go, Flamey. He's gonna be on the receiver. That nade! Look at this. He's just shredded them down to nothing. He's gonna just destroy Oscar. Go back for seconds. Make it thirds. He gets Schneider. He gets Kucha, and he's gonna go for this one. Why not? He's gonna get the tag. He's gonna get it. Oh Guardian just steals it out of the end. You scumbag.
The nade comes in. He's just like, seriously? He was literally trained on his head with the pistol. Yeah. Son of a bitch. There we go. 13-4.
Rude words.
Oh, it's not rude. It's perfectly fine. NaVi absolutely in control here. Guardian gets himself the AWP.
In comparison to what Mitch has been saying.
I know, right?
That's much better. I don't know how we've still got him
talking about shooting down at the groin area and stuff like that.
We're not going to bring this up.
He's got so many problems, so many issues going in dry and stuff.
And stuff. Yeah, you really saved it.
Getting straight around the corner there.
Flamey again, just once more. He was like, all right, Guardian saw it last time. Maybe he won't steal it from me this time. But still, Guardian now dead. He has the perfect opportunity to get the rest of HellRaisers. But it is going to be Kucha who's about to get the chance to take down Seized.
Oh, totally whiffed it. Couldn't have whiffed it harder if he tried. That's like watching me play that one right there. Catches a glimpse of the shoulder. Sprays everywhere. Completely missed. But now it's Styko and Oscar against Flamey and Seized. And the bomb is with Seized, I'm pretty sure. I assume that's at the top of Pop Dog. I don't think it's at the bottom. Yeah, it is. Styko's got to go up the top of there. Seized, just waiting to hear any footsteps. Flamey's going to be in perfect position. As soon as Styko comes up here, Flamey is in place.
They've got a really nice crossfire here, to be fair. They've set it up well. They just need to land the shots now, simple as that. Easy turn flash for Flamey. But that's not easy. Styko plays whack-a-mole and, well, the mole wins. And there we go. Oscar closes down Seized, and that was just filthy from HellRaisers. Really nicely played.
Now, they did keep hold of FAMASs in that round, so they will be able to buy up mostly. I say that mostly because Guardian's got nothing. Just 1,500 to his name, so... Somebody... Okay, Flamey passed in the AWP. I was going to say, where did that AWP just come from? Who did that? And it's Flamey. Flamey sacrificed himself. This has been the big change, but more importantly, there's a second AWP just appeared, and Seized has been gifted that. All right, why not? Go for it, NaVi.
And it pays off. Guardian's going to find Styko. And now B will be tested while we say this. You can see Oscar trying to make the most of it out towards A, but still, NaVi backing away, but Flamey moving up, Guardian doing what Guardian does. And he started with nothing. Flamey made the sacrifice, and it seemed to have paid off.
So where are they going to go with this one? Angel's going to recover that bomb. Is Guardian going to catch him as he comes around the corner? There's the shot coming through. They've got to get that little peek. Zeus hears the footsteps, hears them patter away. Now Schneider's stayed in position. But as the rest of the team rotate. That's not ideal. Schneider does get taken down though.
Yeah, see, Flamey had pushed up the whole time, then just slowly working up with the 5-7. So he's going to be pushed up. That's going to mean that, well, the T-side have to check and clear a little more meticulously, but still, Angel and Kucha, the last two alive, they've got that molly there, so if they can actually get onto this B side, they could defend it from the upper side, but it's going to be tough. Flamey does catch that full flash there, so he's just going to be sitting here trying to tuck himself in towards the train. You can see those AWPs rattling off in the background, but Angel finds them both. And now Guardian and Edward, oh my word, Angel, that's a triple. It's all in Edward's hands. This has suddenly gone from nothing to everything.
Edward, it's all in your hands. Oh, and Angel goes huge for his team. We've spoken to him before about these sort of big plays when he makes them. It's like, well, if the team's not listening to me, I'm going to have to do it myself. And that's pretty much what he's had to do.
Angel was actually very good to have a good chat to. I think we did. Was it during the qualifiers?
Yes.
Had a really good chat with that guy. He's Certainly an interesting character to have a good chat with. So it's nice to see him pulling off a little bit of that magic that he can bring out. And he does play well for HellRaisers in the big game. Sadly, it doesn't always translate into a team win. But it has forced NaVi into a bit of a worse predicament. They are just down to those pistols, just the P250s.
Oh, Seized hears them.
Good luck, Seized.
Surprise! No, didn't work. They were ready for him. There was no party to be had. All followed. And the nade comes rattling down and takes down Zeus. Just Flamey and Guardian remaining. This will be their third round loss, I believe. Yes, it will be. So it should be okay for the next round. Angel just around the side there. Spots out Guardian. Forces him away. Guardian gets tagged down to 1 health. And decides, is he going to rush for it? Nope. He's just going to try and hold on. Oh, Kucha's around the corner. Nearly took Kucha down to 7 health there.
Look at the HP.
Look
2
at
on
them all,
Schneider.
yeah.
Oscar 21, Kucha 7. It's very low, but it's a clean round from HellRaisers. That's a good sign for their T side. They need to build that economy up for a little bit of buffer because they certainly don't have the rounds to play with. And this is the question now. Does NaVi go in for a little bit more of a force, or do they kind of wait it out? They are going to go and keep above kind of like 2k here. Go on the Deagles, a little bit of armor, a nade and a smoke. Nothing major, but looking to maybe disrupt HellRaisers, building up that bank as firmly as possible. And Oscar going to go after the challenge straight up. Misses the shot, but goes back for more.
Oh, Oscar has this one lined up. That's Guardian picked off, finds himself a second. Zeus going down on top of Train. Can't quite make it a third, almost. As he tries to get an angle. It's Edward that's actually just off to the side there, not quite able to find the angle on his head. We're expecting the flank, does manage to get a glimpse, but Flamey pushes on through, gets himself 1 and 2, and that's the bomb down. And now he has himself an AK, and that's a problem. Seized, if he can get himself around there, he's got Kucha tracking him down, but he's got a long way to rotate as Flamey makes it 3.
Styko this time won't have the chance to do the whack-a-mole pop-up, and it's down to a 2v2. If Seized can recover a rifle, this could get so much more dangerous, but still, the bomb is loose. Kucha has the chance, takes it, Seized, falls. But now the positions are known. Flamey knows where they are, but he has to pull off the ace in this. He has only the rifle, he has no utility, nothing else. And it looks like HellRaisers are going to try and use this time to the best of their ability, going the long way round, heading to B. Flamey watching the more, let's say, predictable angles, but they can clear so much here. They've got the mollies, but Flamey looking for the challenge. Oscar's about to peek this. They're going head-to-head. He didn't see the feet then on the cross.
And they did. They saw him. Oh, I believe they saw him pass. Yeah, Kucha's already got the angle covered. As soon as he comes around there. That was just unlucky. I mean, that's literally a game of inches right there. Yeah, just that split-second timing. But Flamey, great little play from him there. Almost rescuing something from nothing. But, of course, NaVi can afford to buy themselves into this next round. And it will be another double-up setup for them. Not been that successful yet. Seized not making too much use of it. But Guardian's still playing great. Flamey at the top of the board, though, after that triple.
All right, big round coming in. Both teams relatively well brought up here. Oscar looking for that challenge as well. Guardian's going to spam it out. Not going to find too much early on. But look at this. Flamey now has everything to work with. Before he's been doing damage with just that 5-7. Now you can find a little bit more. But Guardian's getting pressured from both sides here.
Oh, gets tagged up. So he realizes there are people in Ivy. Oscar's been cleared out, though. Seized finds him. So that's the AWP down for HellRaisers. And now the angle's position changes. NaVi are switching Seized over towards B, while Kucha manages to find an aggressive Zeus there, pushing up towards the T-spawn. Styko does take Guardian down, and that's Ivy wide open. Timing
again. Guardian just switching out of that, but remember, NaVi have 2 players still on this B side, just Edward towards A, so if HellRaisers is actually committed here, this could be a mistake, and Flamey will comfortably find Angel, but I'm wondering if Edward's going to be prepared for HellRaisers adapting around to this A site. They know Styko was pushing up Ivy. Edward's going to have to be that turret, just holding them back. Almost got a glimpse. He does now. He adjusts for the shot perfectly. Styko falls and does predict more. He's got the information. He's going to call to his teammates. Guys, get over here. I need help now. Schneider takes him down, but it's a race. 28 seconds. Kucha finds Flamey, and NaVi are falling like flies. It's all down to Seized.
Kucha used to be the AWP, remember, before Mu got involved. Reliving some of that glory for a brief moment. Schneider just around the side. Caesar's going to have to quick scope this. He hears him and he finds him. And now 7 health is all that Kucha has. That nade in his hand will find him. That's going to go straight towards him. Picks him off. And that is going to be the defuse for NaVi. And well, they managed to hold it out perfectly. And it will be 14-8 to NaVi.
My word, Na'Vi sees just that nade just flying through perfectly. That has got to be so annoying to see just coming at you, just literally just staring you down. It's like, I can't run from this. I've tried as much as I could. But still, 14-8 here. HellRaisers were on a bit of a tear. Now, the money's going to be a little bit short for Na'Vi, so I'm curious to see what they go for. You can see a couple of drops coming through, so they should be fine in this. Yeah, Zeus is going to get dropped out, so he's going to be okay going forward. But yeah, big play across all the board. Even just Flamey being able to put out the fires, I don't even mean to say that, put out the threat on B by taking down Angel and then allowing Edward to buy that time and play off the back. But still, into this round we go. Oscar back with the orb, looking to hop straight down towards A. This is confident play. He's
going straight up on towards that train. Now Zeus is just up close. If he were to look to the side, that's where they're going to back away. He will hear the footsteps. He will hear the retreats. But Angel's managed to get himself into electric, but Edward finds him the second he comes through, and Zeus is just thinking, this is easy. They're running straight into my crosshairs. He gets a triple with ease, and Oscar's the last man standing.
Yeah, Oscar's just got everything to do now. He's got 4 players in front of him, basically. Or at least 3, should I say. Zeus, Edward, and Guardian are just around that corner. Flamey has been ever vigilant on that B side of things.
It's very disciplined. He held the angle for a long time.
We're just doing, you know, new things here. Just pausing mid-round. It's fine. GoTV is awesome. Still, it's in between a rock and a hard place here. I think Flamey might just catch a glimpse if Oscar tries to make a move. And Oscar knows that. He probably want to try and keep all this up, but with 30 seconds left, they're already closing in. Edward just waiting down below. Oscar really has nowhere to run, nor anywhere to hide.
Yeah, it's down to Zeus. Zeus is the one that's making the tracks here, but he's going to go straight towards Flamey. Flamey not going to find him, but now they know where he is, and quickly Edward makes the ground up and gets into position. Do they need a second orb? Yeah, why not? Give it to Seized, and we'll see what he can do with it. 15-8, Na'Vi in a comfortable position. The work was really done on the T side. And now they're pretty even on, actually, 4-4 so far in this second half. But it was all about that first half 11-4 performance.
And I really like the aggressive push up here from Zeus, just taking the position down by main and waiting out so well. Edward got the information, spotting them out by the electric box. But look at this buy coming through from the T side. It's kind of here, there, and everywhere. Schneider, who's been almost silent, I feel, in comparison to what we saw before from him. Oscar been doing wonderfully, but not well enough. But then again, you know, Styko's there, Angel's there. They're still looking to pull something off, and it's seeming to be this big B hit where Flamey and Seized will be waiting.
Great spread of kills as well for Na'Vi. 20 plus for 3 members. All stepping up, and Seized ready and waiting with the orb this time. Not had too much success this place, but this time it does find it, and that nade's going to bounce straight into them. It finds Kucha, gets himself a 3rd. Can he make it 4 as he tries to look towards Styko in the smoke? Lingering around there, the rest of his team come in, and you can hear the shots just booming out as Guardian and Flamey find the rest. And Na'Vi close it out 16-8. Comfortable performance overall for Na'Vi. No doubt about it. Strong performance on the T side, more impressively.
Yeah, the important factor, as you mentioned, was their T side to me. It was so good. Now, the CT side was a little bit here and there every now and then. It took a little bit of work for them to build up to. But still, Flamey's ability to play on that B site alone was impressive. He can solo that, and then when Seized gets the double orb, he came across to support. Really nice composition overall. But I think that kind of closes things out, at least in that game. I think we can just say that really for HellRaisers, they got close today a couple of times. They picked up the 1 win against Titan, a shocking loss against Penta, and then a close-ish game against Na'Vi.
But overall, you know, that puts Na'Vi 12-5. That's a very good start. I say start, we're almost complete. That's 17 matches played. They've only got 5 more to go. That almost puts them in towards the finals. And I remember they didn't make it to last season's finals. True. It does mean it looks like Virtus Pro not going to be there. NIP most likely are not going to be there. Yeah. At the moment, Envious are the ones that are likely to steal our spot. Titan possibly. And Dignitas also up there, but Dignitas got problems of their own.
Yeah, this is quite a tough one, but still, the night is not over yet. Mouse Sports against Na'Vi will be coming up next, if I'm not mistaken. And that's going to be going down on Mirage, so another good one there. Na'Vi can start really cementing themselves within that top 3, start breaking ahead of the rest of the pack. But of course, you guys at home, if you want to get some extra information, head over to the Score Esports. Check that out. Obviously, the app is available all down below. I'm not selling out that much to tell you anymore, but you can do it. You got eyes. I'm not getting extra money. Pay me. But still, yeah, there's a lot of information coming and a lot of games coming up as well. So you can maybe get a little bit of backbone to that. But still, first time I'm going to see Mouse for a little bit of time. So looking forward to seeing how they're playing, what they've been doing. You know, we saw them at the very peak of their performance when GodB just came in, where they started to get those really big results. Now it's kind of slowed down a little bit. They're playing a little bit more, a normal.
It's because he's been hitting the gym a lot now. That's why.
True.
It is.
Or gym, no practice. No, the gym work clearly coming out from him, showing a little bit of discipline there as well. So guys, we'll be back after the break with that game.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters. Delta Times debating against it. Oh, it's beautiful. Exists. 2 kills could never be so important. Gonna go for it behind the fountain. Kerrigan's gonna charge him down. He's gonna miss quite a few pistol shots. Kenny X, one kill, and then he gets the second. Kenny X punches the round.